GM.
BJ.
BJ. All right. Ready for the best panel today? So first, I'll let the people introduce themselves, and then I'm going to ask them a couple of questions. Bruff?
Hey everybody, my name is Brian. I go by Bruffstar on the interwebs. I'm the co-founder of OrdinalsBot and now Trio Marketplace, and excited to be here. Inscribing events are always the best. I was speaking a few hours ago at the Bitcoin conference. We're shuffled away to the side right now, but this is where the main action is on Bitcoin right now. So if you're not here, you're losing out basically. So shout out to Inscribing for awesome events.
Hi, my name is Amanda Terry. I'm co-founder of MetaGood. We're the company behind On-Chain Monkey, first 10,000 ordinal collection on Bitcoin. And I also run a small venture fund called Acti Ventures. And I do a lot of AI, and about 50% of the fund is in blockchain companies as well.
Hello. Okay, it's working. I am Artifishal. I am an artist, and I'm pleasure to be here with you guys today. And I guess we'll learn a little bit more about me as the panel goes on.
BJ. I'm Hills from the Bitcoin Puppets community. The first 10,001 collection on ordinals. Try and top it.
Hi, I'm Zero. I am the founder of Aiko, one of the first anime collections on ordinals. And I've also done various ordinals educational content. I've also translated the Ordinals Handbook to Spanish. So, yeah, let's start this.
Hell yeah.
I mean, thank you very much. Last but not least, my name is Jiurn, founder of Inscripedia, or on Bitcoin, right?
Woo.
So like, I make content on Twitter about like ordinals, Bitcoin, big book lover. We've inscribed a bunch of books, and we have our own community, just like everyone else here has. And I'm very happy to say we have artists that create their own community by themselves. We have 10,000 collection, 10,001, 100, websites. I'm very happy to be here and to discuss about like how it differs from founder to founder. So to start with, Bruff, you're the only one here who doesn't have, either like sold ordinals or anything, but you still have a community. How would you characterize your community? How do you see it? How did you build it?
Yeah, I definitely have to mention the NFT project that I launched in 2021 called Satoshiables. So that is my community. So shout out to those guys who have stuck by me and the team for all that time. But yeah, we've at the same time as Satoshiables, we launched OrdinalsBot and Trio, which is very much a tooling company. OrdinalsBot is a website, a tool you can use. Trio as a token and a marketplace. So it's hard to build communities for these things. You need to really work at it. And thankfully, if you build cool stuff, people like to shout about it. And we've got our Trio cabal now, basically. People who really believe in what we're building in our community. So, I think communities are just so important to try and nurture and grow. But ultimately, when you get that community behind you, there's nothing more powerful. So it's definitely something every project. Everywhere, whether every single project, whether you're an artist or you're a tooling company, you should invest in growing your community.
Thank you. And Amanda, you created On-Chain Monkey in 2021 on Ethereum. You had the audacity to bridge it to Bitcoin. That must have been really complicated. How was it? How was it to you created a free mint 2021. Peak bull market, right before the peak bull market. How was it?
Yeah, so I wish I could say I created it. It's actually my co-founder, Danny Yang, coded the 10,000 monkeys in a single Ethereum transaction, which was technical first, September 11th, 2021. Fortunately, he also had the good foresight when the Ordinals protocol came out to inscribe all those SVG files on Bitcoin. He actually worked closely with the Ordinals team to do the first test parent-child transactions, and when that was available, then use all parent-child for our collection on Block 9, 450x sats, which everyone knows is like the first Bitcoin mined by Satoshi, given to Hal Finney. But it's been an educational process for sure. I mean, having people come in from Ethereum and then trust the process of moving over to Ordinals was a lot of education. It was a lot of spaces. It was a lot of Zoom calls with our royalty. I think we've had like 8 portals where people can open up and move over Teleburn. We have over 85% of our collection that's moved, which is pretty incredible when you think about what percentage is probably dormant wallets that they bought, and then who knows what happened, lost their seed phrase, et cetera. But yeah, it's been a journey, and we feel really fortunate, but it's been a lot of fun, and it's been exciting, and we're still educating. I was just sitting at the bar today talking to someone. Oh yeah, like I was in early with you guys. You're Ethereum, and like he didn't know we had Teleburned, right? He's just not into Ordinals yet. And I was like, okay, we still have a lot. Like everyone in this room probably knows, but we still have a lot of work to do to educate people on like what we're all doing in this space.
Thank you, Amanda. So Artifishal, you are an artist. You released some collection, but it's really different from everybody else here because there's no there is a community. Like now I'm friends with like Arato, Violeta. I mean, people have their own community, but it's very different when you're like one person compared to like your whole team. Like nobody expects you to build anything, right? Like they want you to see more of your work. How is it to build a community by yourself?
Well, I think to build a community by yourself takes a few, I think, clarifications for yourself before you begin to build. And I think you kind of have to be very clear with yourself on what your vision is and what type of community that you want to build. And I think for myself, the community that I have built is not necessarily one of grand scale, but it is one of depth and strength. So I think to that end, I haven't gone and built a community, so to speak, by chasing followers. And I think the first place that I did start was with an attempt to create something that felt real enough that quite possibly people would gather around it. And even if it was one person, that would be okay. And I think in that light, the work itself begins to define the community as well. And for me, one of the things that I always ask myself when I'm determining whether or not a work should be on chain is whether or not the work is of the type that it must exist. And I think that principle will ultimately resonate with a few people. And you remember those few people. And as you grow, those few people stick around. And I think in that respect, no matter how large you grow, I think that in order to build a strong community, it's not whether or not you have the most pieces of a certain artist, or whether you were the first collector, or you're the loudest person in the room, or the most important person in the room. It's treating all of your community members in the same way. You'll always answer the same message to the same person in the same amount of time. And I think that's kind of how you build a community that is not only excited about your work, but also is one that kind of, I guess, grew out of caring.
All right, so you only create art that you think must be created, and then the people who like it become your community. Is that how you see it?
Yes, I will never make a piece of art that I don't feel should be made. I think, hopefully, my colleagues up here will agree with me on that. But yes, and hopefully, I think it was on the last panel someone had mentioned, we can't put ourselves on chain. And while that may not be physically, or while that may be physically, or in the physical sense true, to me, I do feel like I'm putting a part of my soul on chain. And that's because I'm putting art on chain.
I mean, thank you. Also, and now Hills. So you're not the founder of Bitcoin Puppets, She
How do you know?
maybe, yeah, sure, maybe.
Have you ever seen us in the same room?
Good. I haven't, but so you're also like a very unique case. How like LeFou never his goal is to be in some way the least possibly involved. He tries to be the antithesis of a traditional founder in a sense, which makes him so iconic. And now you've kind of taken over the community. How did it go? Bitcoin Puppets, they grew so rapidly in last year in January. How did you take over? You're such a unique case in the space.
I mean, I would say this pretty much started with opium. I mean, if you want to go way, way back, our community is like a hardcore bunch of degens that got into NFTs through WASIs, which I used to work for. So I went from being paid to be here to paying to be here, and but it's amazing, to travel and meet these like-minded people that I feel like your people come to you. And I think that LeFou put out this project, this aura, this energy that people just really gravitated to. They started making these ridiculous memes. Like the first night of the Opium launch, which was a free mint, which it took 3 months to mint out. I mean, nobody even knew about it. And then a few people noticed it and started noticing the memes that were being made on the timeline, and it minted out immediately. It was pretty wild to see the first few nights of the Discord, and it was one channel only, just the most ridiculously offensive, hilarious memes you've ever seen in your life. And to think back to that time of, oh, I'm going to meet these people. These people are going to basically become my family. I probably would have gotten a restraining order right then. But I think it's just the art itself speaks to people. It's so happy and fun and silly. And I think it just kind of continually reminds people to not take yourselves too seriously. So.
I mean, I will admit, everybody knows, the puppets, they're just built different. I myself am a puppet holder, and I have no clue. I was in Discord. I'm not it's so different, a shit show is so different,
It is a shit show.
Everybody's an adult here, it's fine,
Yes.
And yeah, and it's so here everybody has a unique artist, and yeah, Puppets, it took over the whole crypto NFT space. We got people from other I think Deez yesterday put back his puppet. It's so I don't know, it's so raw, and so many people just loved it, and they chose you, for me that's crazy.
I don't think anybody chose me. I think I just kind of volunteered out of necessity at some point. I mean, there is no team. There's no treasury. There was no raise. There's no anything. There is no team. I love you. It's just whoever shows up and puts in the work. And I'm so proud of these guys for putting in the effort and following and helping me haul around this, heavy merch and bags and all the long hours that everybody's put in to kind of spread the gospel of world peace. It makes me really proud. So.
Yeah, it's the puppets are actually sponsoring the trio night tomorrow night, and me and Hills had the first phone call I had with Hills. She was like, "Okay, what's your guys' thoughts on like stripper poles and nudity?" Like, I'm just like, "Holy shit, what am I getting myself in for here?" But no, the puppets are they're bringing it tomorrow night, so we've got a lot of merch and stuff coming there. I'm really excited about it.
Man, I mean, she had good ideas, you know. I think we've been a bit funner with that, but you know.
There's no stripper poles, by the way. Sorry.
Boo.
There
All
might
right.
be burlesque
Are you
girls.
gonna get on them or?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right.
All right. Also, now Zero. Among us, like, you know, like you had your collection, 100 pieces, sub 100K, like OG of the OG. How did it happen? You know, like I know there's so very few collections, and like sub 100, like sub 100K, and yours is like you said, like one of the first like anime. Like, how did it all happen, and how do you see it today? Like, it's like 2 years and a half later, almost. What happened?
Like, do you mean like how did we decide to put Aiko on, or?
I mean, just like, you know, at first, I'm not sure like if it sold out quickly. Like, I know all these like very early like Fomoji and Butoshi, like sub 10K. You know, they're all unique in a sense. They're all, you know, built, but you've decided to like pretty much keep the community super tight. You know, be super active. And how's your community?
So I did decide to do it differently because I didn't just want to do the same thing as everybody did. I basically took like a leap of faith and experimented with the minting methods and just basically curating the community, because at the end of the day, I kind of just wanted like a group of friends just hanging out. And at that time, like the culture was 100 pieces or less. It was like, oh, we want small collections, and that's like the meta. But now everything's like, well, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. And we still have that base core of community members from the OG days, which I feel like a lot of people stuck, a lot of left too. But I feel like if I were to do it right now, I definitely do it bigger. But I feel like when you do a smaller community, people are more close together. And I think that's how we were able to stick together and still be active as a community. That's only 100 pieces.
I mean, are you planning to expand it?
Yeah, definitely. I want to expand it, but not too much. But I want to be able to be like, hey, we're throwing a party in Vegas. Like 100 people might show up, you know? But yeah, definitely.
I mean, I do remember seeing teasers of like, you know, like a collection. I remember.
Yeah, season 2 for sure. And we have so much in store, but it's like, I want to have people that actually are going to stick as well. And right now, I don't think there's enough people to, I mean, we've seen it in like free mints even, they don't mint out. So I want to have people that are going to stay, that are actually interested in it for the art and for the community, and just really like ordinals and Bitcoin.
I respect that. Right now, the panel is almost over, but I want everyone here to say one word that best describes their community. Bruv, you want to start? One word.
Bullish.
Bullish, all right.
Innovation.
The best.
2 words.
Best.
The.
I made a promise that I wouldn't use
That's
the
too
hard
long.
R.
Oh. We can skip Hills for that one then. 0.
Loyal.
She means reliable.
Rambunctious.
Nice word.
Loyal.
Nice one. All right. Then thank you very much for everyone here. We have here among the greatest founders and artists we have in our space. Can I have a round of applause, please?
But Also, shout out Ordinals community though. I mean, like we've all got an individual community, but we're all here, all part of this Ordinals thing that we're bringing to Bitcoin. And without this community that we're all here, Bitcoin would be in a completely different state today. Like we're changing Bitcoin. We've changed it. We've brought the fun back to Bitcoin. So shout out to the Ordinals community.
Let's grow the pie.